can't make it. You look ugly. If you kill yourself, everybody would be happy. Seriously? That's your passion? That's what you are doing? It's not for you. You don't have talent. You don't belong in here. Have you ever heard similar words in your life? Have you? That's right. Unfortunately, we sometimes hear those words in our native language. Who is a native speaker of Polish here? Almost everybody. Maybe I will ask who isn't. Oh, we got somebody. Perfect. But still, we are in Bydgoszcz in Poland. So most of you actually speak English as your second language, right? So who does speak English? Great. Spanish? Oh, perfect. And German? Great. So you will understand the speech, I hope. Our first language, our mother tongue, can be the source of our negative experiences from childhood. Don't you think? Failures at school, broken hearts, maybe some misunderstandings that are ringing in our mind. The question is, can we rewire our brain and change the way we think? Can we? Of course. The answer may be the second language. It can be a tool of your transformation that is based on understanding, healing, and choice. So let's think about our mind as if it was a computer, okay? Like the operating system. It has those three important tools: keyboard, hard drive, and monitor. Actually, double monitor works well. But first, let's go back into the memory lane to my story with me learning a second language. When I was a kid, unfortunately, due to the fact that I was from Western Poland, English wasn't that popular language in my area. But I always dreamed of speaking English like those Hollywood actors, you know? I was watching the movies and I wanted to be just like them. I remember when I went to the junior high school and I wanted to participate in the advanced English class. I watched all the movies, so I was pretty sure that everybody would understand me very well. No, I was the worst kid in the class. When I said the first sentence, everybody was laughing at me, including the teacher. Those laughs were following me later in my life. But during the sport class, I was listening to the conversation of my friends who were speaking English so perfectly. The accent, you know. I wanted to be just like them. But I was afraid to speak again. In high school, I decided to make the first step. And I enrolled myself for the English class. And then I met my very first important, inspiring figure, my very first mentor, Miss Agata. She was passionate about English. And once, she showed me a video of a speaker speaking English to people. When I saw him, confident, powerful on the stage, delivering his message, I was like, I want to be just like him. So I decided to study English. I was terrible. But I have 2 years, I can get my finals passed. I can qualify for the university to study English. And I did, yes. And then I thought, okay, I'm on my way to be the speaker. My professors thought otherwise. Once again, I was laughed out during the class. You don't have talent. What are you doing here? Everybody had been learning English for like 12 years, 13 years. I had been learning for 2 years. Maciej, it's not for you. You don't have talent. You cannot speak well. Your accent is terrible. You don't have an ear for music. No skills whatsoever. Don't waste your time. You don't belong here. I wasn't the one laughing, actually. I remember my first important exam on pronunciation. I had to record myself and send the recording to the teacher. In my mind, I sounded like this Hollywood actor. That's what I thought. Not my professor. Maciej, you need to retake it. So I did. Coffee, the entire night of practice, and I failed. At my third attempt, I failed again. At my 7th attempt, I failed. I finished my first year at university with 8 retake exams. 8 retake exams. I was drowning in frustration. I really don't have talent. It's not for me. I will never become a speaker who speaks English. Actually, I broke the record at university. Everybody was betting, you would drop out for sure, Maciej. And then something happened. My dream of me being on the stage and speaking English came back to me. This powerful man from the video I saw. And I decided to do more research about bilingualism while I'm preparing for my exams. And this is what I discovered back then. And I want to share it with you. So I want to share with you 3 useful tools we can practice in our life. First tool, imagine that your second language is like a keyboard. Based on the study and experiment of Boaz Kaysar from University of Chicago and her article, Foreign Language Effect, what he discovered is that, to give you a metaphor, a second language can be like a keyboard, which basically means you can switch, for example, from the Polish language, as most of you are Polish speakers, into English. Because in our second language, we can reduce the negative emotions. We are less emotional than in our native language. You agree, I can see, you're nodding your heads. Great. So let's show you an example, okay? Let's see an example. Here we have 3 sentences. First in Polish. Nie dam rady dłużej tak żyć. So emotional, right? Then in the Czech language. Who speaks Czech? Nobody, but such a beautiful language. But you know, for us Polish speakers, it can sound a little bit funny, right? Beautiful, but funny. In Czech, it sounds us takhle dazit nemozu. Oh, you're laughing, that's great. Yeah. And in English, we have I can't keep living like this, like a pop song. Okay? So what can you do? You can use this tool when you are very mad at your boss, okay? Or maybe your partner or friend. Switch from Polish, emotional language, change the keyboard to Czech. Okay, if you don't speak Czech, do it to English, as most of you actually spoke English, yeah, what I noticed here. Speak English. So, if you change from nie dam rady dłużej tak żyć to I can keep living like this, how do you feel? The same? Or less emotional? Let's do one more. It's a funny one. Imagine, think about one Polish swearing word. It starts with a K. Oh, you got it, great. And now about the English equivalent. It starts with an F. Doesn't sound that strong. Does it? Not really, you see? So I have a task to you. Next time you are mad, switch the language from your Polish native language, strong sentence, into the English. Take a piece of paper, put it down, and you will see you can calm down. So change the keyboard. I'm using that, and it really works, okay? At least in most cases. So change the keyboard. The second tool I want to give you today is based on the perspective study by the psychiatrist Felicity Desuleta. She was writing in Bilingualism, Cultural Identity about something very interesting, that our second language can be like a hard drive, okay? We can deal with our traumas and negative experiences from the childhood. It can be like a safe space, a shelter. And if you have some negative experience and you translate it into English, you see you are distancing yourself a little bit. You don't feel those emotions so strong, okay? Switch from, for example, Polish to English and you will know this. It's sometimes easier to talk about difficult memories and traumas. And I have a friend who used to live in the UK, Grzegorz. And he told me recently, Maciej, I was basically participating in the therapy in both English and Polish. And when something was too difficult for me, I was switching to English, and vice versa. He was even running a journal when he was making notes in both English and Polish, Journal of Emotions. And it was exactly what also I was doing at university. I was talking about my difficult experiences from the retake exams and childhood, writing it in the special journal, talking about it not in Polish, in English, because I could distance myself. So next time you want to share some difficult experience, some trauma, try to do it in the second language. And let's take a look at the example. 3 sentences in Polish, Spanish, and English. To mnie zniszczyło. For us, Polish speakers, very strong, zniszczyło. In Spanish, esto me destruyó. Also strong, yeah? But more melodic. In English, it broke me down. Again, like a pop song, right? So what you can do next time, you can switch from your native language, for example, to English. Let's make the English the default language. And see that you can talk about your problems more freely. So it's our new hard drive, our new safe space. So we discussed the keyboard, we discussed the hard drive, and now we have the third one. And the third one is translanguaging, coined by Ofelia Garcia and Sarah Vogel in their article. Translanguaging is like using your entire repertoire of languages. So those languages you learn, you know, you speak, are not separate. They create one language repertoire. So basically, you can make notes in English, listen to the Polish language, okay, or vice versa. Listen to English and make notes in Polish. So we can activate different languages while performing different activities. So those languages are not separate identities. They all create one language. Okay? For example, at work, you can create to-do list, not in your native language, when we have those emotions, procrastinations. Am I good enough? But for example, in English, let's say. And here, I have examples for you. Take a look. The worst fear. Muszę pójść do dentysty. In Polish, right? Second one, German. Ich muss zum Zahnarzt gehen. And English, I need to go to a dentist. As you see, Polish and English finish with the word dentist. What is the natural thought about dentist? Positive? Yes. Oh, of course. That's good for you. Actually, it can be negative. It's also very expensive, actually, not only painful, yeah? But when we take a look at German, the sentence finishes with the verb. What to do? To go. Not with the word dentist, which can be a bit emotional, okay? So here, they focus on the action, not on the feeling. So my next tool, the third tool for today, is that you can switch the language during the translanguaging, for example, from Polish into, let's say, English or German, okay? Why? To perform the action more effectively. So imagine you have like a double monitor. In one monitor, your native language, you feel the word. In your second monitor, you act. You can choose which monitor you prefer. The one you act or the one you feel. It's up to you. So as you can see, those three tools show us that transformation is all about understanding keyboard. Change the keyboard. Healing. Talk about your experiences in the second language. Heal your soul. And last but not least, choice. Choose the monitor. Language, a second language, can be like installing a new software. For me, it was like discovering who I am. Despite all the hardships, I graduated from the university as one of the only few people. I got my master's, and I became the man I saw on the stage 13 years ago, speaking English with the mic on from TEDx stage. For 13 years, I've been dreaming of standing up here and speaking English. So this speech is dedicated to everybody who was once denied their dreams. Language can be a great tool of your transformation. So speak up, take up the space, and assume your identity. Because the world deserves you in your essence. We become multilingual, not only to communicate better. We become multilingual to live stronger.
Maciej Baranowski, congratulations.